think by now you're convinced that tourism is a good thing, right? We all good with that? So we should probably do everything in our power to promote tourism, since it's a good thing. And there are actually organizations out there that do promote world travel. The biggest one of all, and you may have heard of this, is the WTO, or the World Tourism Organization. Okay? These are the guys and gals that are, tourism economists, and they collect all the numbers, and they crunch the numbers, and they get into big fights over, okay, what's a tourist, and how far do they have to go, and all that. It is a great repository of knowledge about the travel and tourism industry. And many people, especially if they go on to do research, will collect numbers and data from the WTO. They really are the top notch in the repository of all things tourism in number. Okay? Now below them is IATA, and I want to talk about IATA really quick because it's one of those organizations that started out as being one thing and turned into another thing. IATA stands for International Air Transportation Association. Okay? And it started out, remember Chantel and Austin? Remember when they were flying back in the old days? Well, IATA was created as kind of a way that they could get together and have a voice. It's an association, right? It's like, student government for students, or your congressman or woman in government. IATA was an organization to help them. And it actually turned into something else because the airlines figured out early on, before anybody else, if we, one of the ways that we can get people to travel with us is have travel agents book us directly. And so that's what travel agents used to do. Now, the travel agents wanted to get paid at the end of the month their commission, and they had to figure out a way to kind of keep track of all who's getting commission, how much, when, and where. And so IATA created this system to keep track of airline commissions to travel agents. And what they do is they give the travel agent a unique number, an IATA number. And when you get that number, think of it, the best way to think of it is like a bank account number. So if you book Chantel's airline, your travel agent, the typical travel agent commission is 10%. Right? And so, what's your name? Matt. Matt books Chantel, your travel agent, and you book Austin on the Chantel's airline for $100, you're going to get $10 back at the end of the month from Chantel. That's your commission. How do we keep track of all this? IATA keeps track of everything. And so what happened is IATA, they were paying commissions, and then hotels and rental cars said, wait a minute, we want to pay commission too. Rather than create a whole new system, they just said, well, we'll just piggyback onto you guys. We'll just use your system. And so now IATA basically is the tracking, keeps track of all travel agent commissions for airlines, for rental cars, for hotels, for tour companies, for rail lines, for everyone. And back in the 80s, it was kind of chic to call yourself a travel agent and help your friends travel. But you can always tell the pros from the amateurs with one question. And that question is, what's your IATA number? All travel agents who are professionals will have an IATA number. That's how they get paid. Right? Now it takes an investment. I mean, you got to apply for it. You got to pay money up front. And it's not. And at one time it wasn't very cheap because what they actually had to do is say, okay, now we're going to put computers in your office. Back when computers, were expensive, and that's how you booked everything. But now, if you were to go on a website right now, and let's say you wanted to book Hilton, you could go on to Hilton and fill in all the information. Sometimes at the very bottom there's this little box that says IATA number on it. And if you don't know what it is, you just pass it over. What it is saying, are you a travel agent? And if you are, you're going to put your IATA number in here. And when this person checks out, we're going to hold 10% of what they paid And at the end of the month, we're going to send you a check for that. Okay? IATA, guys got it? Probably see that again on the test. Okay?